my name is Jessica Madden. I'm the Education and Outreach Coordinator at Conservation Corps Newfoundland and Labrador. Conservation Corps Newfoundland and Labrador became the host organization for the Climate Change Education Center in 2002. And over the years, we've become a leading organization in climate change education and outreach in the province. Our classroom presentations offer a whole view perspective on climate change. So we talk about, what it is, how it's happening, why it's happening, and most importantly, what we can do to help slow it down. And, it really empowers students. It shows them and gives them the tools to, look at their own behaviors every day and see what kind of green actions they can take in order to help our planet. The 2015-2016 school year was a record-breaking year for us. The demand for classroom presentations was just unprecedented, so it was phenomenal. We were really, really happy about it, and we're always looking to get into classrooms and meet new students and meet new teachers and just share the information with them. And last year we presented to over 13,000 students across Newfoundland and Labrador, so it was phenomenal. We were really happy about that. I love when students have something that they want to share with me. That's the best. When they've learned something that they think that you may not know, that they heard on the news this morning, or that they talked about with their parents at the dinner table the night before. That's really fun. And because the world is, ever changing, it's such a dynamic world that we live in, there's new information about climate change being presented to us all the time. So it's really great to get into these classrooms and, discuss this with students and hear what they have to say about it and hear what they have to say about how climate change makes them feel.
Should that go in the garbage or in a composter? Composter, yes, excellent.
Our classroom presentations are a great thing to include in your school day. They meet a number of curriculum outcomes from many different subject levels. So as a former teacher, I know, how important that is. And I think that it's a great thing. If you want to get in touch with us and have us come in and speak to your students, we would love to do that. So the Climate Change Education Center is able to offer small grants to schools and classes who would like to conduct a climate change project. So a project that raises awareness about climate change, brings light to climate change issues here in our province. The grant is called the Youth Engagement Funding Initiative. We call it the YEFI program, the YEFI initiative. So this past school year, the 2015-2016 school year, we had 8 schools that received the grant, and their projects varied from creating a school garden where they grew vegetables and learned about how climate change is impacting our planet with respect to transportation and having food brought here to our province and the benefits of growing food locally. We also had a school that actually created public service announcements that were aired within their school for the school community, and they worked with local filmmaker Xavier Georges, and he guided them into, in creating these public service announcements, and they were phenomenal. One of the topics of their public service announcements was idling, where they, created this little skit where they had a news reporter interviewing a man who was idling in his vehicle, and they suggested why he shouldn't do that.
Idling releases CO2 into the atmosphere and adds a blanket to the atmosphere, and once heat gets in, it can't get out. Live on location, we move to Maggie Fury.
This is Maggie Fury with BMCS Island News. I'm here with John Kim, the drive-thru restaurant lover. So John, why do you like the drive-thru?
Well, it saves me time, and I'm a busy man. Plus, in the drive-thru line, I can send some texts, listen to the news, and make sure I'm up on things.
Were you aware you're putting a lot of carbon dioxide into the air and adding to global warming?
That's interesting. And I didn't know that. But it'll be a hard leaving the drive-through will be a hard habit to break.
What about being a walk-in customer on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays as a start?
Well, I do think the cashier is kind of cute, and I might get a chance to talk to her if I actually went into the store.
See, stopping idling can have benefits everywhere. Back to you, Brooke.
We also have a school in Conception Bay South that received the EFE grant this year. The school is doing some very important research on sharks and how climate change is impacting shark migration here in Conception Bay.
My name's Cameron. I'm a grade 10 student at Holy Spirit High, and we're out here doing a project on water salinity and pH levels for our Science 1206 class.
My students and I are conducting a project where we're examining the water quality within Conception Bay and trying to correlate the quality of the water with the presence of marine species.
We're doing some water testing and stuff and looking at different animals on the bottom of the sea. Check the pH level and different stuff like that to make sure the ocean's stable.
And we're trying to focus on problems with global warming, looking at ocean acidification. But also another problem with global warming is species that are not supposed to be here coming further and further south because the ocean is actually warming.
So it's really amazing what students are doing here and what they're learning about climate change and how they're trying to share that knowledge with community. It's amazing. The goal of the Climate Change Education Center is to empower students, to make them realize that they can make change within their communities. We hope that after our presentations, they go home to their families, share what they've learned, and that they apply that to their lives. It's really important that the youth of our province, the youth of our country, the youth of the world know about climate change and the urgency in dealing with it. This is a topic that can't be ignored, and it's finally getting the attention that it deserves on a global level. And it's important that our youth feel that they have the tools and they have the knowledge and the foundation to go forward and be leaders in making change happen.